is going to be the toughest fight of his career.
Sharp, relax.
The most embarrassing fight of his career.
Chair across your face.
Yeah, I think he's about to cry.
I'm definitely up for fighting. There's a lot of names in the division, for sure. But at the same time, look at what this creates as well. I'm a fighter, and I understand that economics of business as well. And this does good business.
Are you really going to do this? Absolutely. Are we going to do this? For a record payday? To go in and spark Jake Paul before we start the serious stuff in 2026? Don't tell me what we should and what we shouldn't be doing.
Anthony Joshua has dropped a chilling warning for Jake Paul, and it's not just trash talk. While Paul may be eyeing this as his biggest payday, Joshua's camp is laying bare just how dangerous a mismatch this could be. Eddie Hearn, Joshua's promoter, bluntly told Paul to understand the dangers, suggesting a punch from AJ could have devastating consequences. Meanwhile, former pro Moses Atama didn't mince words either, warning Paul that stepping into the ring with Joshua could carry serious injury risks.
Jake Paul and
Anthony Joshua has issued a cold warning to Jake Paul, and this time it goes far beyond normal trash talk. Jake may see the fight as his biggest payday, but Joshua's camp is making it clear how dangerous this mismatch could be. Eddie Hearn, a Jays promoter, openly told Paul to recognize the real risks, saying that one punch from Joshua could have devastating consequences. Former pro Moses Atama also didn't hold back, warning that stepping into the ring with Joshua carries genuine injury dangers that Paul might not be prepared for.
Joshua should not get in the way of Fury and Joshua. Really, in my view, it's an absolute joke. It shouldn't be sanctioned. I really don't believe it should be sanctioned. I have a sneaking suspicion that it would be a very big fight. But the biggest thing is us rubbernecking to actually see if they do get to the point where they step in the ring together. Because Jake Paul's an area level fighter, a British area level fighter, and Anthony Joshua is still a killer and a live heavyweight. That should not be sanctioned anywhere in the world, in my view.
It's dangerous, mate.
Very dangerous.
It brings the sport into disrepute. The people that are talking about organising that, they should have a real hard look at themselves.
But even Eddie Hearn's kind of teasing he doesn't like it, but you can see the glint of dollars.
There's no price. There is no price.
There shouldn't be.
There's absolutely no price.
Agree with you.
Planet in order.
Jake Paul agreeing to fight Anthony Joshua isn't just a bold movement. Analysts see it as a serious threat to his safety. Several boxing voices, including Ariel Helwani, have cautioned that Joshua's knockout power and elite experience could put Paul in real danger, with some even pointing to AJ's devastating finishes in past fights as a warning of what could happen.
Has been beaten 3 times. The 4 fighters that he beat didn't come to win. So he's not in his prime, is he? He's literally at the end of his career, pretty much finished. And this is why taking this fight with you is telling you all you need to know. It's a cash out. He might as well just cream as much money as he can at the end of his career, fighting an absolute joke shop in clown world. When I beat Anthony Joshua, he says, every doubt disappears. Come on. I mean, if this is a straight up AJ versus Jake Paul, then we all know what should happen. This is a 1-round job because AJ, even though he's past his best, even though he's seen better days, he throws a nice 1-2 down the middle. He's got a nice bit of distance, and fake Paul can't fight. He just can't. I don't care what anybody tells me. He can't fucking fight. He lost to Tommy Fury, for crying out loud. You can't jump in with Anthony Joshua now and expect to get a result. So, like, nothing's going to no doubt.
Rising heavyweight, Moses also advised Jake Paul to think about his well-being before chasing a payday, cautioning that one badly timed punch could leave lasting damage. While former pro Amir Khan was even more direct, saying Joshua has the power to seriously injure Paul and that the risk of severe harm, even potential brain trauma, is very real.
2 rounds. Really? No, why do you look surprised when I don't.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying.
Come on, bro. You're fighting like one of the best heavyweight fighters in the world against a YouTuber. Like, come on. Like, respect the sport of boxing. And if AJ has to go in there and show these influencers that, listen, you can't fuck about with boxing. You know what I mean? Someone's going to get hurt badly. And this could be one of the first fights where a fighter gets hurt badly, because if you look at the size difference and the power difference, I mean, bro, there could be brain damages going on there. I mean, AJ could hurt him badly, you know.
when you look at Francis Ngannou, who's one of the most fearsome combat stars there is. I know it's MMA, but we saw what AJ did to Ngannou. So,
and that's why you don't look. You can't be surprised if AJ is going to do the same to what's it called again?
For Anthony Joshua. This matchup isn't simply about collecting a big check. There's real pressure on him to protect his reputation. Analysts like Johnny Nelson argue that Joshua is stuck in a lose-lose scenario. If he doesn't dominate, or if the fight drags on against Jake Paul, people may start viewing him as a businessman chasing easy money rather than a top-tier boxer defending his legacy.
I do believe it because AJ is involved, and I think AJ would struggle to he's going to take enough flack over this, but again, it's money talk. So I think AJ will struggle because it is an all-win situation. If he goes in there, Jake Paul lasts the distance. What does he tell you about AJ? Apart from he's just earned an extra 15 million quid. If he goes there and struggles with Jake Paul, then what do you say about AJ? Your heydays are well and truly over. If he goes in there and knocks him out, then I'll say that's to be expected. So the glory, there's probably not much glory in it, apart from the haters of Jake Paul to say, right, we've got rid of this kid. I think it's very brave of Jake Paul. So now the problem child has got us to believe this fight's actually happening. So now you've got our attention. So now you've got to back up the boast. It's not about, you're not playing tiddlywink. This is the only game you can't play. You can play football.
Johnny Nelson has a very clear stance on Jake Paul's place in the sport. He credits Paul for being a marketing mastermind and turning himself into a massive brand. But he refuses to label him as a genuine top-level boxer. In Nelson's eyes, Paul is a solid domestic-level fighter who earns world champion money without having gone through the traditional grind of the sport. He notes that Paul didn't grow up in gyms or battle his way through the amateur system. He built fame online and then brought that audience into boxing. Nelson admits Paul has turned boxing into a profitable business for himself. But when it comes to competing with truly elite, highly skilled fighters, he still doubts Paul's authenticity and overall legitimacy.
Be 35 years of age. It's crazy what I'm about to ask you, but can Jake Paul really beat Anthony Joshua?
All right, listen, I give all credit. Everyone knows that. They get mad at me that I give too much credit to Paul. Why? He's done a hell of a job to put himself in this position. He sold himself. He sold his dream. He took his dream. He took his idea. And he put it out there, and he made it happen. Give him credit for that. And he made it happen. And he took risk along the way. Yeah, he picked his spots. He's in the driver's seat. He gets to pick his spots. He's the one bringing the money. He's the one promoting. Yeah, he's the name. He made himself that, coming from where he came from, with all his followers and the whole thing, and just the uniqueness of what he was doing. But he has learned along the way. He's not a top guy yet. No, I don't know that he ever will be. He didn't have that amateur background and the things that you usually need to be a top guy. But he has improved. He is a work in progress. He is a guy that you got to give him credit that he's respected the sport.
Former champion Carl Froch shares the same view, saying that taking a fight with Jake Paul could damage Joshua's reputation and make it look like he's drifting away from Hall of Fame greatness. Despite the criticism, Joshua has repeatedly stressed that his long-term health matters above everything else, saying that the legacy he values most is being able to leave the sport with his well-being intact.
Bunsen burner's lit, like I've said. He's cashing out. And fair play to him, he's cashing out. But to what detriment to his legacy? A lot, really. Because if this is going to be his last fight, fighting this clown show, I mean, it's not ideal, is it? It's no ideal way to go out. But people would argue, well, he's just taking the money and running. So you can't really argue with that. So that's it for another episode of Frosh on Fire. I had to get my opinion out there because I know you've all been waiting for it. It's a shame, really. I'd like to see Anthony Joshua, actually, even though I don't believe he can do it. But when Eddie Hearn tells us that AJ is going to become a 3-time world champ, it'd be nice to see the rebuilding process and get back behind him. 1 or 2 easy fights and then go for a world title. And this could be one of the 2 easy fights. But I just think if you're going to jump in with fake Paul at this level, which is like I say, arguably a massive mismatch, it's no way to step towards or climb a ladder to get towards that world title. So this, for me, tells me that Anthony Joshua knows he's finished at any sort of elite level or world level. He won't be trying to go down a world title level anymore. This is just a cash out. So good luck to him, fair play to him, but hopefully when he's finished this fight, he'll be honest with us and say, listen, I've milked it, I've creamed it, I've had an unbelievable touch at the end of my career. I mean, he's already had an outrageous touch, hasn't he, with the involvement of Saudi Arabia, and now he's just creaming it at the end. He's got fake Paul, which is massive. Great for AJ, fair play to him. Anybody would do the same at the end of the career he's had. You know, he's not an elite heavyweight, is he?
However, is fully convinced he can beat Anthony Joshua and insists that Joshua's recent performances reveal major weaknesses he can exploit. Speaking on his podcast, Paul took direct shots at AJ, claiming he has a weak chin, limited skill, and a rigid fighting style. He argues that Joshua's knockout defeat to Daniel Dubois highlighted a decline in his ability to absorb punishment, making this the ideal time to go after him. Paul believes his unpredictable approach, growing confidence, and current momentum give him a legitimate chance in a matchup that most people see as extremely risky.